Yeah, you don't want to break your propeller, but I don't want to get eaten by lions. And once I start that motor, I'm waking those up. That's like the dinner bell, like, hey, breakfast, baby, let's go. You know?
What are some of the most unique questions you've been asked on the phone?
Oh, I think one was, can I bring my pet squirrel to training? And it was the best thing ever.
Well, come on in. What do you got? Get in here.
Get in there.
I do bite though. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Do you want me to take it or you got it?
I got it.
All right,
I'm
sounds
not
good.
that shit-faced yet.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Are we live?
We're live.
This week on the Aviator Show, welcome to Bad Apple's Paramotor Flying 2025 out here in beautiful Georgia. We got this weird green stuff on the ground called grass. We don't have that on the West Coast. Everybody is out here, all the vendors, important people, lots of people to mingle with, meet, talk to, and of course, incredible flying. My name is Trevor Steele from Country PPG. We're a paramotor training school out in Salt Lake City, Utah. I am joined by the lovely
Michelle from Aviator.
Yes, and this week we're gonna do a little powwow here at the Bad Apples Flying. I didn't know you work at Aviator.
I do.
What do you do?
I'm the voice. I'm the customer service girl.
We've got the most important person of the entire event right here.
Excuse me. I would like to buy a t-shirt. Do you have a female?
You can have two for free, but they're not mine to sell. So you work at Aviator. Tell me more.
I do.
What do you do?
I do. So if you call into Aviator, you're going to be talking to me, or if you message in, email in, I'm going to be answering all of your questions that you have regarding training, gear, all of the whole 9 yards, and I really enjoy it.
Fantastic. So any questions, emails, phone calls, you get directed to you.
To me. You're
Wow,
dealing
that's
with
a
me.
big responsibility.
I love it.
Do you enjoy answering paramotor questions?
I do. I think my favorite part of it is when potential students call in and I get to hear their excitement about how excited they are of getting into the sport, and just they're so stoked, and I get to tell them all about it, how it works here at Aviator. And then when they sign up, it's like I just do a little happy dance. It's like the coolest thing ever that I played a part in them getting into training.
So what is the most common questions you get asked on the phone, over email, that you just every time got to answer? I know there's something.
Can I get a tracking number?
I don't think Kristen likes that.
No. What if they're afraid of heights? Which we do have students come through that are afraid of heights, but it's just different whenever they come into training. It's with paramotor, it's just different.
Are you afraid of heights?
No.
That makes one of us.
It makes one.
I mean, come on. Who likes standing on the edge of a building and looking over the edge? That's terrifying.
That's terrifying, but with paramotor, you're strapped into gear, and I trust my gear, so it feels a lot better than standing on the ledge of something.
As a kid, I was standing on the top of a tower, and some random person I didn't know pretended to push me off the edge, and anyways, I still don't like heights. But I fly paramotors. It's very different when strapped into a paramotor.
Yeah, it is.
What are some of the most unique questions you've been asked on the phone?
Oh, I think one was, can I bring my pet squirrel to training? And it was the best thing ever. The coolest story I've ever heard about a pet squirrel.
Okay. I didn't know I needed a pet squirrel, but now I do. Thank you, Michelle, for giving us that rundown on your awesome role at Aviator. Let's go down the flight line and see what else we can get into.
Yeah.
If anybody lives their brand, it's this guy. We've got Rob, Nomad Flyer. Give us a rundown, Rob. What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm here at the event. I got all my shirts here, so pretty much shirts, traveling, photography, a little bit of everything, but you know, the shirts have been a big success. I started last year here. It was my first time like sort of introducing it to the public, and it went pretty well. So year number 2, still going strong, so it's been fun.
So if you're unfamiliar with Rob goes on the coolest paramotor adventures ever across the entire world. You host guided adventure flights, stuff like that. Tell us a little bit more about some of the coolest trips you've gone on. What's coming up for you? What have you been doing? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, so I was just coming back from Costa Rica, 3 weeks there. It was more of like a buddy trip, you know, we called it Tropical Plunder, and we plundered the clouds, the palm trees, the beaches. It was a lot of fun. So 4 of us were there. We flew the Pacific side, the Caribbean side, the volcano in between, and it was a whole bunch of fun.
That 18-meter drift air, I want to see how it does in turbulence. I need to know.
It seems to be doing just fine there, champ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll fly worse than that, so.
It's pretty rough. Welcome to the chaos. We are at the Bad Apples Flying, and if you haven't ever been to a flying, it is all about whoever launches first is the coolest guy on the field, right? Whoever does the biggest wing over the lowest is the coolest guy on the field. You get a lot of that weird peer pressure stuff going on. Well,
bonus points for the water.
Dude, bonus points for going in. 3 people yesterday alone. Well, some dude is showing just how good he is. Going up, testing the air. It looked mighty rough if you ask me. But Rob, I think your drift air is going to do just fine.
I think it's good. After seeing that in turbulence, I'm confident.
That was pretty impressive.
I don't need to test it myself now.
You can let someone else do the heavy lifting.
That's smart. I'm gonna just hey man, go out there and fly next to those trees.
You know, just go right there.
Yeah, in the rotor. I just want to see. Okay, you didn't die. All right, I'll fly it.
Pounds into the water. Yeah. Well, I think we'll go back to
the
it's more.
It's probably piloting error.
Yeah. So Costa Rica, dude, you plundered everything. You left literally no fun on the table. What's next for you?
Yeah. So up next, and the reason why I went to Costa Rica is because these next few months are gonna be extra cold. So I'm gonna have a cold summer. So I was, soaking in that sunshine and trying to enjoy it.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah,
man.
I had to do it. Work on the tan because But I'm going to be heading to Norway like a week from today.
Really?
So I'll be in Norway doing some scouting up there, 2 weeks, motorhome.
Going to find some cool spots?
Exactly, find some cool spots, try and make maybe a future trip out of it. So I'll be working with Scout Paramotors, me and Miro.
Miro's the best.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some good adventures. I mean, he's a cool guy. I've flown with him in Iceland before, so I'm looking forward to Norway.
Craziest pilot I've ever flown with.
Yeah, no, he's the flying Viking. Right?
He's something, dude.
Yeah, so I'll be with him, and then I'm going to go road trip back from Norway to Slovakia, hang there with his family, see the Scout headquarters, also borrow the motorhome and just do some fun flying.
Of course.
And then we're going to road trip again, but then to Iceland.
Let me ask you, do you ever stop flying?
It feels like this year I haven't. And it sounds cool when I plan it, I got 1 day in between, I'm just gonna be nonstop flying. And then when your paramotor gets lost in Miami International, you start questioning your scheduling timelines, so.
Gotta give yourself a little more time.
This happened before and I told myself I wouldn't do it again, and here we are. I'm telling you, I have 1 day to fly across the country.
I feel like if you could just live in the sky, that you would just live in the sky.
Yeah, no, I feel like that sort of has happened. We were talking in Costa Rica that I have over 3,000 hours, and we calculated that, and that's 3 times around the world.
Dude,
that's pretty wild. I was like,
pretty wild.
Yeah.
I think you might take the cake for the most active paramotor pilot in the world. We're gonna call that a Guinness Book World Record right there.
Yeah. I'll take it.
The world's most active pilot.
Yeah.
So Rob, what is some of the craziest, sketchiest moments you've had?
Man, I feel like I'm creating a list now that's maybe getting a little too big for sketchy takeoffs. But one of them that comes to mind, man, last year, me and my buddy Joe went to Africa. We're in Botswana, and we were camped out the night before, and there was lions around us. We heard them, got a little nervous, cleaned up real quick.
Are we talking camping in a tent here?
We were in a tent, yeah. So in a tent, but the tent was on top of a truck, so there was some safety. There was some safety there. And the next morning, of course, you're taking off to get that sunrise. So you're out there in the dark with your phone, you're lighting up, making sure your glider is not tangled. And you're like, if there's one takeoff I don't want to screw up, it's this one. Because, you don't want to break your propeller, but I don't want to get eaten by lions. And once I start that motor, I'm waking those up. That's like the dinner bell, hey, breakfast, baby, let's go, so.
Easy meal.
Exactly. So luckily I had a good takeoff, and I'm still here to tell the story.
Ozone Viper XC pulled through, didn't it?
Viper popped up, and I was like, yes, let's go. Little foot drag out, and see you later.
That just tops anything I could ever say, dude. Worried about being breakfast for a lion?
Yeah, I mean, I
feel like maybe not a tent was the right move, but
yeah, maybe a motorhome, fiberglass walls, you feel a little safer.
Something between you and the lions.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for giving us some stories and telling us all about that. Let's roll down the line and see what else we can get into. Okay, so we are here with these 3 random hooligans. Let's start down here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, Ripman riding East Coast Paramotor. How's everybody doing?
Hi, this is Ghada.
Leah Catullo.
So the Paramotor STOL Classics just went on a couple months ago. What was your role in that event?
I was the competition director.
Tell us a little bit more about how the STOL event went, what you guys did.
Well, we had 26 pilots from around the world, because we definitely had a couple international pilots. It's been at least a decade, well, close to a decade since the last U.S. competition. We had sponsorship from major brands from around the world, Ozone, Viterazzi, to name just a couple of them. I think for the first event in a long time, we kept it free and loose, a little bit more Wild West, just to make sure everybody had a lot of fun and give them a taste of what judged flying is like. The STOL portion of it was what we highlighted. It's really what the pilots were most excited about, so we spent most of our time doing the STOL competition, and then we did some accuracy and some navigation by utilizing Gaggle, which was the first of its kind, utilizing Gaggle for scoring and maps. So the pilots did not have map boards, which was really my prerequisite for throwing a comp. Is I don't like map boards, and I imagine that the most average American pilots aren't going to be comfortable using map boards. And I think it went off well. We had live stream, which was just the best. I actually talked on camera, this is very rare. The live stream was the most natural, right to the point. I don't want to say turn by turn. Watching the pilots, it was actually exciting. Something that I never thought would be that exciting, to watch a bunch of cross-country pilots not finding things. It was actually a great time.
Sweet. It sounds like it went off well. Congratulations on such a great event.
Thank you.
So what was your role in the STOL competition?
Everything else?
Pretty much. So my role, I guess my official title was project manager. And my primary objective was to make Leah's dream come true. So she came up with the vision. She had the experience. She knows exactly how a competition should look like. And I just made it happen. So anything that was needed to be done on the back end, interacting with sponsors, interacting with the pilots, and all the community partners, the people who hosted us, the people who volunteered. So it took a lot of people to get this competition to happen. And I'm very proud of it. I think it was.
It seems she picked the right person for the job.
Well, I do this for a living, so that was something that I was very excited to bring into my hobby. So yeah, I think it was a great experience for everyone involved.
Well, congratulations on such a great event and your contribution to it. So now we've got John, one of the coolest paramotor pilots in the country. What excites you about flying paramotors?
Well, let's skip the paramotor part for a second. As most of you know, I've been really into dune soaring lately.
Now, how many mustaches does this guy own?
I'm telling you, I think I've got every paracite out there.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you
working
do.
on getting a dune rider. That's the latest and greatest, supposedly. But I'll tell you what, I can't get enough of this dune soaring in the area where I live. It's right in my backyard. I love all forms of flying. I've been doing some paramotor flying up and down the beach, but when the wind's blowing, I'm soaring for sure. Got some upcoming trips. We're heading to Sand City and Monterey next month. Going to meet up with the Rashada brothers and the Berries. I do that every year. We're going to get some killer soaring over there on the West Coast, and got some other trips coming up at the end of the year. We got Ecuador, which is a new site I've been flying. It's coastal soaring on these cliffs. Absolutely unbelievable. We'll take off in the morning, fly around, come down, land right outside the hotel on the beach, have lunch, and go back up for an evening flight. Really good stuff. And then I've got my trip in Colombia every year, which I free fly with a big group. And yeah, the paramotoring is my passion, but the free flying, I can't get enough of it lately.
So let me ask you a serious question. Do you save any fun for the rest of us?
You know what? I share my enjoyment with all you guys through YouTube. You can check me out at Ridin. All right, guys. See you guys up in the air. I don't see you on the air. I'll see you in the air.
Okay, so the flight line here at Bad Apples is actually quite a bit bigger than you think. It's the biggest I've ever seen. You can see this is vendor's row. There's tons of stuff, tons of space. I think the property owner said it's 50 acres of flyable area. All groomed grass, trimmed all the way down. Looks like a golf course, and we have the privilege of flying here. Super lucky, super fortunate, super grateful to have the opportunity. It looks like someone might be trying to fly right now. If we look over here, you can see it is vendors row. You got people on people on people, flags on flags, lots of people here, lots of people to watch fly, lots of people to talk to. Oh man, here we go. Dudek Drift Air, blown launch. Probably for a good reason. Conditions are not good tonight. They are not good right now. It is best not to be in the sky. And as you can see, there is a crowd because this is the current exciting event here at Bad Apples. Watching the crazy hooligan try and fly. And I know he's probably gonna try again. I don't think I can help. Sometimes, guys, it is best just to hang that hat and fly another day. You don't have to get a flight in, okay? We got a pilot here, EOS Quattros 4-stroke paramotor. I think it's a Drift Air. Conditions are not good. It shouldn't be flying, but it might be a little bit of that peer pressure of other people watching. I mean, heck, there's a crowd of at least 30 people here, and then a whole nother crowd of 100, all spread out. Doesn't seem he wants to stop. He's already flown this evening, and you bet he's gonna try again. What, an EOS running poorly? Shocking. I'm surprised he even tried, man. While this is going on in the background, we've got Shane here, a paramotor pilot out here at the Bad Apples flying. Shane, tell us a little bit about your experience here at this event.
This is my third trip. It's a wonderful place to fly, beautiful grass, and lots of action, as you can see. And
does the action ever stop around here?
Never.
I think we just got to roll with this. We just got to keep watching over here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to stop.
No.
Frontal. You know why frontals? Tell me. Why does a wing frontal?
Because the wing goes over the pilot.
Okay. And what is the correct response to stop it from doing that?
Brake before it gets there.
Okay. So you pull the brakes to stop that wing from overflying.
Yes.
Now, trick question. Once it collapses, what do you do with your hands?
Put them up.
Put them up. Let the wing fly.
What about?
Bingo, bingo. So Shane and I were talking about turbulence the other day, which is why I'm quizzing him live on the spot. What do you do? So kiting and flying are very similar. If that glider overflies you on the ground, it is a lack of brake pressure. If it overflies you in the sky, it is also a lack of brake pressure. The feeling of that wing surging forward on the ground is the same feeling of that wing surging forward in the sky. Here we go, buddy. Leaning back off. I do see a reserve though, so that's good. At least mitigating risk a little bit.
Well, that
looks
usually starts the chain reaction.
He's already flown though once.
I've seen it.
And I don't know, if you watch that wing, you'll watch that wing shoot forward and back and side to side, indicating turbulence. Look at that, that is some turbulence right there. Shaking, dancing, baking. That ain't something I want to be in.
No.
I've flown enough in my days that flying in turbulent conditions freely, not against my will, is not something I choose to do. I don't want to fly in turbulence for no good reason. But Shane, what do you fly? What is some of your favorite things to do with paramotoring? Tell us a little bit more about your flying career.
I fly a Gin Falcon 2.
Nice.
With a Mac Fly with a Plini 202, 140 prop.
You're screaming.
Yep.
I take it you rocket ship in the sky if you hit full throttle.
A guy my size? Yes, it does. Wonderful machine.
What size is your Falcon 2?
26 meter.
I gotta say, it's purple, right?
And I'm at the top of the weight range on it. Yes, sir.
Purple looks good on you, buddy.
I like it.
Now you just gotta get some purple netting to match your purple wing.
Yes. I got purple shorts, but I don't have mine.
Oh, do you have purple shoes?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta see the paramotor community. One of the fun things is to match your shoes to the wing.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Well, Shane, thank you so much. We're gonna roll forward and see what else we can get into. Evan, tell us about your experience here at Bad Apples. I hear you've got a cool story from last year.
I do. So last year I was here as a spectator. Just showed up on a Saturday. Well, take it back a little further. Aviator did a live stream. In that live stream, there's people asking the people in the chats like, "Hey, where's everyone at?" I was like, "Well, I'm about 100 miles away as the paramotor flies."
Dude,
they're like, "Yeah, you got as the paramotor flies."
I like how you think.
So yeah, they're like, "Well, dude, you got no excuse. Get out here."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, well, Saturday rolls around, I get out here and I'm just being a wallflower."
Just walking
seeing
around?
people like, oh my God, I know these people from YouTube. And little do I know, but getting close to the end of the day, and Reese drops down and out of all the people in the crowd, just walks up to me and says, "Hey man, you been up yet?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know how to fly."
That sounds like a Reese thing to do.
Yet.
Golden Retriever Reese, that's for sure.
So yeah, Reese introduced me to some guys over at Aviator, and next thing you know, I'm signing up for classes.
So have you flown?
Not. I just got my band.
Ooh, but you are a pilot?
Yes, I am a pilot.
Congratulations on that.
Trained back in September, so I've got about 6 months coming into this.
Ooh, exciting. So, you're going to try and fly tomorrow when the conditions are a little bit better?
A little bit better.
Better.
We want to get up. We want to. This time when Reese asked me, "Have I been up?" I'm going to say, "Hell yeah!" And I want to go again.
Fantastic. Well, Evan, thank you so much. We are going to roll into the next thing, see what else we can get into. Okay, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Trevor Steele. I run a school out in Salt Lake City, Utah called Country PPG. I had the privilege of being here on the Aviator Show, but if you are interested in beginner or adventure training where we help you improve your skills and go on some fun guided flights, visit backcountryppg.com for more information, and I will catch you guys next time.